Hello everybody, welcome back to another Map First Impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at PGR Sliwno. At least that is how Google Translate is mentioning this, or pronouncing this name. This map can be found over at the farmingsimulator.com website in the mod hub. This map can be found in the beta section and is for PC and Mac only. Read a little bit of the description. It says PGR Sliwno is a large agricultural farm engaged in cultivation of plants and animal husbandry. This map has cows, sheep, pigs, 22 fields, new crop, which is sugarcane, over 5 places to sell, BGA, sawmill, 3 villages, season support, a rail network, and a lot more. Let's go ahead and jump on in. We're going to go ahead and leave all the DLCs and all of the fineness checked. Pull up the log. See, we've got some additional fill types there. All kinds of animated animals. We got a snake, some farmers, some pigs. I saw a cat, dog, and a cow up there. And there we go. We've got all of our fair bit of starting equipment already loaded up there. So let's take a look at the map itself. So you can see we have some very large fields. In fact, I think this is a 4x map. See, we start with sugarcane as one of our crops. And if we look at number of fields we own fields 13 and 22. 22 is grass field and 13 is an arable field. All the other fields can be purchased, including 4 and 5, all the other grass areas. We have 2 main sell points that purchase our grains. We've got the this is over on this name of this sell point is also on off Bergman. I was calling it monastery, and that is completely incorrect. I guess that's the mostery. We have the spinnery. Mostery seems to take our root crops. And then we've got the Sudzucker. Yeah, we'll call this the zoo. And that is a train only sell point. And they take beets and sugarcane. So that is like a sugar factory, if you will. Our BGA accepts manure and slurry and silage. Got a pretty good prices here. We did this map video on hard mode, and on hard mode we don't start with any crops in the silos. We also have a sell point at the garden center for our pellets, as well as loose hay, straw, and grass. Then have what appears to be caulk, compost. I'm thinking that looks like a bag of wheat and a mill, so that might be a bag of flour. Doesn't look like there's a price for that. And then we have an apple, so we can sell the apples at the monastery also. We have a fair list of starting equipment. It's all fairly new, 18 days or 0 days old. None of it is in red, so none of it has a lot of operating hours, and nothing is leased. Go ahead and take out a loan here. Right, and let's take a look. We've got all the animals, sheep, pigs, and cows. We do not start with any particular number of animals and nothing in the various troughs. Our silo does not have a capacity. I'm going to check and see. Maybe we do not have a silo on the map. Maybe we have to tip everything on the ground. Have to check that out. And let's go ahead and take a look at the starting equipment. Start with 5 tractors, ranging horsepower from 117 all the way up to 193 horsepower. Got the front loader forks, or front loader arms with a bucket. Got a telehandler here with a bucket. Got a skid steer with a bucket. Rossel Smash harvester with grain header. We've got a forage harvester with the chaff corn head. Got a pair of Metaltech DB8 tippers. The pull behind fertilized sprayer. Got the side mower, a tedder, and a round baler. interestingly enough, do not have a windrower. Interesting. We've got 3 belts. We got the pickup belt. We've got the potato and sugar beet belt, and then we've got the standard unloading belt, I'll call that. And that is our starting equipment. Let's see, what should we drive around in today? Well, let's drive around in. Let's take this convertible. Where the Gator will be too slow, and the Jeep's not that much quicker. So let's go ahead and look at the reset point. Chops down here. See if we can't click on the. Yes. Nope. All right, let's see if we can't find the car. All right, let's hit reset and see where it goes. Reset's over here right by the sheep. Looks like the way the map's set out, the farm is directly in the center, and it's a very big agricultural farm. Then most everything else is out toward the outside of the map. Go ahead and explore then this this center area, kind of the main farm, kind of a industrial farm. Which, if I understand correctly, now the description doesn't really talk about the location of the map as far as where it is to be set, but the way it kind of looks like it's one of those Slavic type countries or settings. Over here, it looks like we've got a fair bit of sheds here for our equipment. We have this. Big gate. But we will take a look outside. This is a Grain Master, and it's interesting that we don't have anything popping up here. Wondering if we need the M company graphics in here. I'm going to exit out the game and throw that mod in and see what we get when we walk up to these screens here. Before we do that, let's run around the back here. It's the back of the... Yeah, I'm going to run around and get the M company script and throw in here, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back, and we've loaded up the M company graphics mod, and I will put in the description a link to that mod, because that does seem to have made a difference. See, as we walk up here, we'll now get a little pop-up screen. So, what the Grain Master does is it accepts grains, probably wheat, barley, those two, and we get out of it chopped whole grain. So basically we get little bags of whole grain coming out of this door after we have added top here in this grate the raw grain. Got a forage king, which takes straw, hay, and silage, and notice it only has 10,000 liters of each, and it then outputs forage. Interesting enough, though, well, I guess you dump 10,000 liters of each, and then you get probably 30,000 liters of forage. Forage has a capacity of 90,000 liters, so you can come up here and back your trailer up under here and get yourself 90,000 liters of forage if you've got that much saved up. And then we've got the pig food star. This typically takes is potatoes and whole grain. So remember the whole grain that we've got over here. We take the little whole grain bags there and we bring them over here. This thing, put potatoes in, put water in, and bags of whole grain, and we get pig food outside here. That's how that works. So it would have been nice in the description if it did list the M company graphics as being something that was needed. Because without it, you really don't have any idea what's going on here. It's got a general storage building. Big storage building. Let's check out back. Got 3 silage bunkers here. Got our chaff trigger. Chaff trigger there. And our chaff trigger there. Go ahead and explore the rest of this this area. Storage building here. Definitely set up to be massive, the ability to store massive amounts of machinery. If you could tip into these, if these would hold grain or not. See, we have traffic on the map. All right, let's go over here and check out the sheep area. We already saw our convertible there. There is your reset point, a very large area. So you can buy lots of equipment, have it reset back to the farm. Here's where we buy our sheep. Sheep area. Like inside here we have a feeding trough. And our water trough out here. And I have to say, I'm not certain where the wool spawns, but my initial impression would be that the wool is going to spawn possibly under here. Again, I don't know for real where the wool spawns. It's just kind of my guess. Storage shelter. Got our tedder and our mower over here. We got some animated horses, I see. Animated horses in the cow area. It's kind of interesting. Up some horses. Got what looks like a grass or silage trough. Got a nice bridge under here. I wonder if the cows also take their meander down here. Oh, there are some cows over there. Cows have a very large area to roam in. Let's see if we would happen to have a water trough or something else out here. I'm not seeing anything. No kind of worn down road or pathway that's kind of leading us out to a specific area. So I'm just guessing that all this is going to be grass. Parked up here are the 2 drivable trains. We will take a little bit of a train ride here in a little bit. I wonder what the cows think about having these horses in this area. Just tramping around. All right, so here is the water trough. See that when we came in. I suspect one of these is a feeding trough. Looks like there's possibly a straw trigger on either side of there. And a feeding trough. This door doesn't open. Door doesn't open either. That building is just for decoration. Be an interesting location to put a milk fill point if you're going to use the stop milk sale. Another large set of buildings that I think are just simply deco. I could not open the doors on them. It's skid steer or tractor and or baler. Scale. Get on over here to the pig area. So here we have our slurry pit. I didn't really see where the manure would pile up. Maybe we have to clean that out. Sprayer. And we don't start with any pigs. We definitely looked at that. But we've just got some animated pigs here that came with the map, if you will. Wondering if this is just some animated pigs to give everything a little bit of life. Then if you actually have pigs, then they'll be in this pen here. Water trough. This is where we can feed them. Although that's a grass texture, that's not the pig food texture. This appears to be where you would come in here and feed your pigs. So there doesn't appear to be a trigger over here at all, other than for the door and the light switch. It looks like the pig food trigger is up here. Here's the pig food trigger and probably the straw trigger. Look, we got a little baby pig. So now we're up here. We're in the animated pig area up here. Got little baby pigs walking around. Cute, cute. And this may be where both manure piles come, or this is just a place to tip in root crops or other things. Here looks like we have maybe refill triggers for straw, not straw, but for fertilizer and seed, and probably liquid fertilizer. Explain what fertilizer tank is there. Got a nice built-in ramp here, so we could bring in a trailer and load a vehicle up on it, or whatever. We have our let's go over here. We didn't check this stuff out of here. Got our This is a service ramp. Service bay here. Got our 2 trailers and another one of our tractors back there. We have lights in all of these buildings. All right, well, that's the farm. So let's go ahead. Oh, there's a dog. Let's go ahead and run over here and get in one of these trains and take the train around. See what we have to see. Got a bird here. Bird. I can tell you from looking around the map earlier and other things, this really isn't my kind of a map. I'm not really into this this particular style, but that doesn't mean much of anything. Train is. They're right over here. Yep. As I'm seeing some dots here by the train platform, and I do know that the conveyor belts are actually set up over here at the train platform to provide a means of loading root crop into the train. Got where we tip our sugar beets, our potatoes. I don't know why we have this trailer here, or conveyor, because this conveyor here would be able to take it right off of that one. That one kind of could be just left out of the whole thing. Let's go ahead and jump in this train and just see where it takes us around the map. Zoom on out here. And let's kind of shrink that down. Let's use our better PDA or mini map and zoom on out. See, we got a silage bunker down there also. This line splits off to the right. Big old grass field here, grass field 4 and grass field 5. We'll need to see if some of these things here in the fields are collisions or not, if they have collisions on them. Water has a very nice muddy texture to it overall. This must be one of the 3 villages that the description talked about. I will say that I am a little disappointed in this the map boundary here on this map. So we're just, we're riding the train. Now, if you were in first person, you would never know about this. But if you're riding around on the train, well, look at what you get to see. I mean, you're right here on the map edge. The distant scenery, from that point isn't all that bad. It's okay. But now all of a sudden, well, what's going on here? Got a distant wind turbine that is just out there in the middle of nowhere. This big square water plane patch, and go up underneath the map and everything. So that's one big, I guess it's kind of a gripe that I've got related to this map, is the train literally runs feet from the edge, and there isn't a collision here to keep your camera. Well, you know what? Let me roll back here for a minute. All right. This probably, I really well, yeah. Let me take that back a little bit. So I use a mod called Disable Vehicle Camera Collision, which may, well, may or may not be contributing to my ability to swing out here. I just thought about that. I did not try this without that mod because early on I did map videos without that mod, and the darn thing, every tree you come up to, it would cause you to zoom in on stuff. So I will roll that back a little bit, that comment. It may be that without the disable camera collision mod, you can't swing your camera out like that. But still, it looks kind of weird. And there are definitely ways to, even with that mod in place, have it so I can't get my camera outside of the map border. I definitely can't swing my camera under here. Can't go under the ground here. I can't swing my camera into a mountain, typically. So there's definitely ways to prevent that from happening. Well, and that's the tour. And if you notice, the conveyor is not quite high enough to from hitting it when you come back. That's fun. All right, let's run on in and take this one around. Basically, this one's going to go up and loop around the left side of the map. We already looped around the right side. So guys, I would say that I cut this part out because we've already come up this far on the other train. But the truth is, I made a whole loop around this side of the map, making some comments and everything. And lo and behold, I didn't hit record on OBS for some reason, or somehow in switching trains, I somehow turned off the recording with some keystrokes. So it wasn't wonderful editing. It wasn't creative thoughts on how to shorten the length of the video. It was me messing up. So we're off to our second time around this side of the map. Come up to a sell point over here. And I will say most of the map is fairly flat. As you can see, kind of out across the way there. We're coming down field 1. Soon going to come across and run down the side of field 20, which I believe is one of the larger fields. Well, it is clearly the largest field on the map here. It appears to be a wheat field. There we go. What we'll do is we'll check and see how big field 20 is. Also noticed first time around that we also own field 19, which is a small cultivated field down here just south of field 20. And then this side of the map has a little bit of a rolling hills. We'll get to experience some of that rolling hill here on the train line. Here we are. There's field 19 there to the left. Then the bottom part down here, this is where kind of the rolly hills are. Start our rollingness here. Like I said, for the most part, the map is fairly flat. And it looks like this down here is the sawmill or forestry, simply because it looks like there's some logs there and then there's a sell point, so I'm just guessing that that is the sawmill. And now we're on our way back up to the train platform. What we'll do is we will cut the engine off here. Let's go ahead and tab on into our car. And let's start driving around a little bit, checking things out. I think I opened up a gate up here somewhere. Gate now? Well, we'll just open this gate. Head on out here and I guess we'll start making a left, work our way around. This must be one of the villages that the description talked about. Here's the church ringing its bells here. Nice size apartment building there. Looks like a soccer field, basketball court, the other way around. Let's go ahead and check out some of these field sizes. Up here. Field 7 is 11 hectares, $900,000, and we do have missions. We just have our convertible parked in the way here. We have Field 3, 16.2 hectares, $1.3 million. And Field 4, I guess, 9.4 hectares, $761,000, and that's a grass field, 9 hectares of grass. Let's go over here, and I guess this is going to be field number 8. 8 is 26.4 hectares, $2.1 million. So field 8 is 26 hectares. You can just imagine how big field 20 is and how big field 1 is. So that's kind of why I'm thinking. All right, this is the second time that I have glanced over to OBS and saw it not recording. You're not going to know what's going on here with this. At any rate, what I was saying is that's why it gives me the impression that this is a 4X map, is simply the size of these fields. Got an animated farmer, we've got a different colored animated dog, and we've got ourselves just a little old cow just hanging out here. Hey, what's up, buddy? Some crops there. So this is the animal dealer. Come to purchase our animals. Let's head on down here, get our convertible, and keep on moving. I don't see the chicken icon on the map here. Chickens, no chickens. So I'm guessing this is where the chickens are for our eggs. We'll have to look around here and see if we don't see some eggs sitting around. Maybe they're in this basket. I don't see any eggs. But then again, we might not have been on the map long enough for eggs to start to appear. Head on up here and we'll check out this cell point up here. This is much faster than the any other vehicle that I've got for map videos. Got ourselves fuel right here. And it looks like we have a couple things going on up here. Have spinnery, and then we have the Maplefield Mill. It says Maplefield Mill here, but this is the train. Okay, Maplefield Mill is another train area. I didn't notice the train icon earlier. Here is the spinnery aspect of this cell point, and then Maplefield Mill. There is. This appears to be where you dump. Oh, no. Not the train line that we rode in on. I recall going through this building, but maybe we did. I just don't remember it. But we have the dump point. We've got a grate here, but there's our dump point for Bill. So I don't remember about going through that building. Yes, we did. Okay, let's head on over here to the next cell point. Go in here and just see what's going on in here. See if there's anything special going on in here. This maybe is the bakery. Yep, this is the bakery cell point. Okay. There was something going on in there. We stopped and had a look. Train road sign there. Street collision there. Here is the. Now it's not marked. And it maybe show up. Here is the Mastery. Look out here at this building. I thought I saw a sign that said Mastery on it. Something else. Here we have a nice windy road into a forestry area. It's very. I do like that the look of that forestry area. Or at the dead end. So it looks like this road kind of just dead ends over here. Let's make our way back around quick as we can. Oh. Ready. Let's see. Shoot across here. Got another farm here with some animated sheep and cows and chickens. Right. Across the train here. There is that silage bunker that we talked about when we were riding the train. I'm hoping this isn't a road to nowhere. Oh, it kind of was. Basically just a road to get over here to access this field. Now, see if we can't see where the buy point is for this field 20. I'm going to go in cab here so we can not have to constantly try to weave around the trees. Nice forestry area here, kind of in the middle of this whole area. I like how that's all set up. All right, and we're coming up to field icon for 21. There is the back of our cow pasture. And here is the buy icon for big old field 20. 20 is 43 hectares basically. $3.4 million. Let's take this way around. I think this will take us to the mostery. I'm sure I'm butchering that, but I don't know any better way to pronounce it. Alrighty. Bumpy ways here. All right. Oh. Here is the mostery. This is the other sell point for apples. Now, we haven't seen our apple orchard yet. Here is the sell point for apples. And they also will accept sugar beets and potatoes. Where that dump point is. Plus, it's also there. So I guess it's also there by the apples. I'm wondering if the apple orchard is down there by the garden center. horses. This is where we think is the sawmill. Right, so we got boards and logs here. And more logs. This kind of leads that this is a log sell point. It's not marked on the map. Oh, but I think I know why it's stopping recording. I think every time I zoom in and out on the menu, I'm actually hitting my stop recording button. I have to stop doing that. Here we have our vehicle shop, our customize and sell trigger. And we have the BGA here with a Compost Master. Sure, I saw a guy walk in this door. Here is our telehandler with bucket. We have our Compost Master, which takes waste. So waste could be anything like hay, straw, grass, sugar beets, potatoes, wood chips, compost can go in here, manure can go in here, and also you need to put in fuel. Fuel will go in down there. Here's where the fuel hooks up. And then you basically get a pile of compost right here that you'll need to scoop out. Is your silo king. This is where you're going to come and dump your silage here at the PGA. And your digestate tank, ground. And down here a little ways, we've got two large silage bunkers, fermenting silage. PGA area. Here's the farmer we were talking about. Back on around. Must be the second, well, another one of the villages that the description talked about. Another church. And there is, that's obviously our apple orchard right over here. Right across from the farm. So, we have a hydrant here. There is a trigger there, so that is a water trigger. Our tractors with front loader arms and a bucket. This is water storage. In here, and we can store water in here. And each one of these trees takes 100 liters of water and 100 liters of manure or compost, and it makes apple boxes. Each one of these trees. You could play Orchard Man and be quite the busy person putting water and manure or compost on all of these trees. All of these trees are affected. Go here and check out these. All of these trees over here are also affected. This is a very large apple orchard. How far back it goes. All right, run over here and check out this area, and that'll basically be done. So I wonder if that's a pile of no. Get on through it. Okay, here we have another cell point. And this particular cell point looks like it is for wood chips. Garden Center. Garden Center accepts wood chips, hay, straw, and grass, as well as pellets. Dumped right there. And let's go check and see if these are functional greenhouses. I don't think that they are. Oh, let's look to the deco. That's the other side of our water tank. So guys, let me know in the comments what you think of the map. Is this a map that you'd be interested in playing? Is this a map that you have played? And everything. So until next time, guys, happy farming.